strongly 2 and 3 days in a row with no sleep because I wanted it. You know what I mean? It wasn't even like a question mark whether I had to have it or not. I'm like, I gotta have this.
Yeah.
So it's that type of attitude, it's that type of mentality that separates you from the average. So, you know, it's a good thing that what you're saying, don't be discouraged, just keep the pressure applied all the way till you strike oil. Yeah.
I want to know, my name is DJ Cadence, I'm from Wichita, from Kansas. I want to know, like, who have you missed out on? Who came to you and you missed out on? Somebody that you missed? And then another good one, who's your favorite artist that you have been around, you know, as far as influence or anything like that?
Yeah, well, I missed a few. I missed Vanilla Ice. You know what I mean? I had that Vanilla Ice shit that sold like 12 million records. You know what I mean? So I'm still like, yeah. You know what I mean? That was a lot of paper. I missed that because, and I tell you why. The why is more important than missing it. I missed it because I wasn't on my business and I put it in somebody else's hand and relied on them to do that I should have done. You know what I mean? So it was taking responsibility for that loss that made me get real serious about my business. You know what I mean? Because I had a partner at the time and, you know, I discovered Vanilla Ice. He was ready to sign any paperwork, everything. I just say, hey man, sign this dude. Because I was hustling and I wasn't all the way in tune with, you know, what I should have been in tune with. So I missed that one. I missed Beyonce now. You know what I mean? I had the opportunity to work with Destiny Child. They brought them to me when they was like 9 or 10 years old, but, you know, I was in a whole nother world, you know, with a gangster movement, and I didn't want to have the kids like involved with that. So I ain't really mad at that one. You know what I mean? Because I was in control of that. And yeah, those are the two that I know I missed out on.
Which one, he said, like, which one influenced you that you dealt with, and then kind of has some influence with you too?
Yeah. Well, I was inspired by all the artists who, you know, had hustle. You know, I tell everybody I work with people I ain't like. Some of the artists I work with, I ain't like them. You know what I mean? But I had to learn how to like separate business from personal.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when we making that transition from the streets to corporate America, you have to learn how to do that and not, you know, allow it to contaminate your movement. Because if my street mentality would have, you know, I'd have carried that shit into corporate America, then I wouldn't have been as blessed as I was able to be blessed. So, you know, I work with a lot of them, I like a lot of them, but yeah, that's the way
it is. For DJ Big Shot from Jackson, Mississippi. I know not only you're involved in music, you're also involved in boxing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, what are there any similarities in the way you handle your business from boxing to the music industry, and if so, what are some of those?
Yeah, you know, the music game and the boxing game is two cutthroat businesses. So the similarities, you know, when I decided to go over there to boxing, and my first fighter was Floyd Mayweather, you know, I was right at home because, you know, the powers that be, you know, ignited a movement of attack. Because whenever they see, you know what I mean, somebody or substance coming that, you know, look like us, then they start shooting and, you know what I mean, trying to kill. And I was able to withstand that because I had already been conditioned in the music game. When I couldn't get radio and video, I figured out a way to create controversy and to capitalize on different things to sell records. So that the weak punches they throwing at me in boxing, you know, was nothing. You know what I mean? But the two businesses are definitely similar. But one in particular is because you're dealing with the same homies from the streets. You know what I mean? The rappers, the fighters. The major difference with a boxer and an artist, a boxer got to live a clean lifestyle. You know what I mean? You can't take no shortcuts in that boxing game or it's going to show in the ring. The lady right there.
Are First of all, my name is Keena on behalf of DJ Ambrose Breeze, Core DJ, and my best friend Danielle. Follow her on all social media, Danielle, D-A-N-I-E. That's a best friend. Y'all can't hear me if y'all.
Right.
D-A-N-I-E-L-L-E, Heiser, H-I-Z-E-R.
That's a lot.
My name is Keena, but my question is, I've heard a lot as far as the artists, as far as the DJs, as far as the videographers, but as far as the writers, I'm a dope-ass writer person. But where should the writers, like if I'm just starting on my writing, how do I start to move forward? Because my shit's dope and I'm ready to make moves.
Yeah, I was you. I would align myself with like a strong attorney, you know, one that like specializes in the field that, you know, I'm trying to be on. Don't go to a foot doctor for a heart problem. You know what I mean? Get somebody that really specializes in what you're doing, and from there, you know, have a plan. You got to have a plan. It's one thing to like have the dreams and different things of what you want to do. You got to have a solid plan. And in my book, I wrote about the what, when, where, and how questions that you ask yourself on any goal that you want to accomplish, because that's how you get clarity on what you're trying to accomplish. And the more clarity you get where your goal is concerned, then you're able to accomplish that goal just a little smoother. So put together a plan around your goal.
Got a question. Can you talk about how you been patient, like before you had success and Rap-a-Lot?
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, the transition from the streets to corporate America required a whole lot of patience, because, you know, I was used to fast money. I was used to a lot of fast things, you know what I mean? And, you know, to have to like reform my mind, my thinking, my whole lifestyle was probably one of the hardest challenges that I had, you know what I mean? And I was able to do that through my spirituality, most of all. You know, I wrote in my book about a chapter of where the closet was concerned, you know what I mean? I went in that closet because, you know, in the streets, my whole journey, you know, every night I would pray, Lord, before you take my freedom or give me a life sentence or I die, give me a sign. You know what I mean? And I had got a lot of signs, but in particular, he gave me a sign that like really convicted my heart to the extent where he said, this that sign you've been asking me for. So I was obedient to that sign because, you know, I always been a dude that even in the streets, I follow signs. We all get different warnings, different signs, and it's good to be intuitive to capitalize on those signs, because if you don't, then darkness would be your home in some capacity, you know what I mean? So that was always a strong point of mine, but through all of that, you know, I was able to develop patience, you know what I mean, through my spirituality, through my eating habits. I figured out how to develop patience along that journey.
Thank you. My name is DJ Squirt. I'm with the Nerve DJs from Cleveland, Ohio, and I just set foot here in Atlanta on my own video.